Where India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is meeting with the new German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Remember, this is Prime Minister Modi's first foreign trip of 2022, and all eyes currently are on the bilateral talks between Prime Minister Modi and, of course, the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Remember, this is the first in-person meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Olaf Scholz since Olaf Scholz took over from Angela Merkel, the former Chancellor of Germany. It is expected at this point that the Ukraine war will dominate the agenda. However, there are several other issues that are likely to come up: climate change, trade, security, and of course, a post-pandemic global recovery. That is central. Prime Minister Modi is also scheduled to meet with other European leaders through the day. That includes Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, and later on, of course, the French President Emmanuel Macron, who has just been re-elected to a second term. This is the first in-person meeting between India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz since he took over the reins from the former Chancellor Angela Merkel. We just saw some visuals of the warm welcome given to India's Prime Minister in Germany. Lots of enthusiasm on ground from the Indian diaspora. They have also laid out their demands and expectations and what they want from this crucial visit. This happens to be a crucial three-nation Europe visit where Prime Minister Modi is now meeting with the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, later with the Denmark Prime Minister and also with the French President Emmanuel Macron. The Ukraine war will also be in focus during the Europe visit. We are, of course, awaiting more details about the announcement related to trade, security and climate change. Prime Minister Modi's meeting with Olaf Scholz comes after the two leaders interacted last year at the G20 summit when he was the finance minister. It's important to note the significance of this visit. Germany has a significant proportion of the 1 million population of the Indian diaspora in Europe currently. We saw just a sight of that earlier. The warm welcome given to the Indian Prime Minister. We saw the guard of honor given to him earlier. Multiple performances on the street, some around the Brandenburg Gate. And the Indian diaspora is an important anchor in our relations with Europe, and therefore I will take the opportunity of my visit to Europe to meet our brothers and sisters there. That is what the Prime Minister said earlier. Prime Minister Modi has on the agenda, he will be taking part in various programs which are essentially aimed at strengthening the ties between India and Germany and largely Europe. Coming up ahead in his agenda is, of course, the India-Germany Intergovernmental Consultations, or the IGC, which essentially is a format which India holds only with Germany. And the Indian government, of course, is looking for early engagement with the new government led by, of course, Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Prime Minister Modi landed in Berlin earlier, and after Germany, Prime Minister Modi will head to Denmark and later France, where he will be meeting the leaders there. And this happens to be Prime Minister Modi's first visit abroad in this year, while he is in Berlin as of now. And the meeting with Olaf Scholz is, of course, scheduled to start shortly from now. That is a bilateral that we will be watching out for. The two leaders will co-chair the 6th edition of the India-Germany Intergovernmental Consultation, or IGC. Several other ministers from both sides are scheduled to participate in the high-level talks. Prime Minister Modi earlier in the day met the Indian diaspora. We saw the warm welcome given to him, lots of cultural aspirations, lots of performances on ground. Following this visit, his next stop will be in Copenhagen, where he will be meeting the Prime Minister of Denmark, Mette Frederiksen. These, of course, are visuals of the warm welcome given to India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his first official international visit of 2022. He will later participate in the second India-Nordic Summit, which will be hosted by Denmark. Prime Minister Modi will also interact with other Nordic leaders, including the Prime Ministers of Iceland, Norway, Sweden and Finland. He will later attend an India-Denmark Business Forum.